So wait, do we have an intro? We said, okay.
Kind of.
And then...
Last time we said... We said, hey.
Welcome to our podcast. Let's just go.
Okay. Hello. Welcome to The Little Things. We're having a lot of fun figuring out YouTube and how to make a thumbnail and kind of just learning the internet. And it's really fun. We're learning new things every day.
Yeah.
So we wanted to make another episode today about probably the most important thing, in my opinion. It's understanding who you are as a soul, as a spiritual being, who you are as a person.
What you like, what you don't like, what makes you feel good. It's important to kind of get in touch with that.
Who am I? I am a divine being, love and oneness, inner peace, all-knowingness. I have everything that I need within me. There's no words to fully explain what it is that I am. The mind can't even fathom or comprehend in totality what it is that we are. What about you? Who are you?
I'm love. I'm peace. I am a part of everything and everyone. I'm connected. I'm awareness, consciousness. I'm creator, creating my own reality.
I love the word creator.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times we're going through life thinking that things are happening to us and it's like, oh, the universe is testing me, and we don't realize that we are actually the creator of our reality, and what is happening on the external is because of what's happening on the internal.
I feel like it's this balance between knowing that the universe is going to happen and it's going to continue to happen. What I can control is how I react and how I interact with the earth and my people and everything that I put out into the universe is my reality.
That's beautiful, and it reminds me of this quote that Eckhart Tolle said. He was explaining about his book, A New Earth, which is an amazing book. It transformed my life.
Me too.
It's really powerful. He's a wonderful spiritual teacher, Eckhart Tolle. Look him up. And what he said on this conversation was, life is the dancer and I am the dance. That really struck me because we think it's the reverse. We think that I am the dancer and life is the dance. It's about me, it's about my life, it's about what I'm doing, my future, my legacy, my children, my whatever. When you realize that it's not about you at all, life is going to happen the way it's going to happen, and it's beautiful the way that it is. It's absolutely perfect. And I am just the vessel, I'm just the dance with which life is creating itself. It's like so profound. I am, a wonderful foxtrot or like a little tango or a little ballet one day, and I'm just the shell for life to dance whatever it wants to say and express. It's so much bigger than you.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe talk about the duality that you mentioned, like that universe, consciousness, unity, spirit that we're talking about, and also the self, the vessel, the shell, the personality, the ego.
How can you tell the difference? Like, what is the ego?
Is the ego the opposite of the soul? Like, can there be ego and soul?
I mean, that's who I am, right? I am
Okay.
the ego and the soul.
Okay, so what is the ego?
The ego is thoughts, learned behaviors, experiences, my reactions to my experiences, what I see around me, and the way I relate that to myself.
The judgments that we have, the opinions, the likes, the dislikes. It's our race, it's our gender, it's our culture, it's our chronological age, it's our where we're from, where we're born, what language we speak. It's like
identity.
Identity.
Our physical body.
Everything that you experience as a human. It's like the humanness of everything is the ego. That's a lot of things.
That's a lot of things.
You know, we've grown up for 25, 26 years identifying with all of these things because that's what we do as humans. And then to realize that, oh, this isn't everything that I am. There's more, that I'm actually beyond, truly, I'm much more than all of the things that we just named. So profound and powerful.
Yeah, it's so powerful.
What are some ways that we identify soul and ego in everyday life?
It's hard because we're like thinking all the time, right? The mind is constantly going. Every judgment that I make is building onto my ego. My ego is constantly growing. And so it's hard to discern, like, am I moving from my soul or am I moving from my ego? That's a hard thing to know in each moment, and I spent a long time thinking I was moving from my soul, and it was totally my ego. I was controlling everything. That's a part of the dance too, and then you learn by sitting with yourself and those moments of stillness and prayer and meditation and trying to really understand the ego. I'm still trying to be aware of it at all times and know when it's affecting me and when it's serving me in the best way and when it's not. Because it can do both, I think.
And we have to just be cautious and keep our ego in check and just be aware of, like what you said, where we're moving from.
How are you able to discern if it's your ego or if it's not your ego? Because that's a hard thing to do.
I know for me, when I'm reacting emotionally to something, it's my ego. Because my soul is just everything that there is. There is no offense to be taken. There is no judgment to be made. My soul is, it's on a higher level. It's not affected by anything. So maybe if I'm really emotional to something or I'm reacting, that's my ego. And I have to stop and say, I'm feeling this emotion right now, and become the observer of the emotion to actually like take myself out of the emotion or do like a little like 180 spin and look at the emotion from a different perspective and say, oh, this is happening right now. Is sitting in this emotion and this reaction serving my highest good? Taking the time to find the answer, and if not, then I do my best to let it go and be thankful that it was there because, you know, maybe that's teaching me something. That's a lesson. And so be grateful for it and then be able to let it go freely and gently.
But you don't have to live in that state of turmoil. Like, it is a part of the human experience to have emotions, but you don't have to allow them to control the way that you express yourself and the way that you give your love.
There are elevated emotions of love and positivity, inner peace and joy, which I think the soul is made of.
Yes. Love and patience and peace and community and oneness and acceptance. Like, those are all the evidence of the soul, you know, and so we experience things and we feel things that are not those or are some of those but not all of those, and I think it's important to take a closer look and see, like, is this really serving me or not? And then you get to choose which path you want to go down. It's important to just be aware of what is of the soul and what is of God, to be certain of those things. You can use that into everything you do, and you can walk with purpose and true purpose in every step you take and every interaction you have with people, and not just people but like plants and animals and the air and the ocean, and is out of love. It's oneness.
Moving from your soul is it's thoughtful, it's patient, it's kind, it's compassionate, it's collaborative, and possibly the ego could be the opposite of those things. So that's a good notice. If you're feeling, you know, on one side of the scale, you can say, oh, I don't know if this is for my soul. No, this might be my ego reacting right now, and then you're able to just be aware of it and then choose. When I first realized who I was as a spiritual being, I didn't really understand why I had to move through this world and go to work and be a part of you know, just the everyday matrixy stuff of life. And I had this, you know, idea that I'm this spiritual being and, you know, I should just go and live in Tibet and be a monk and just like, you know, move to the jungle. That was my ego talking and telling me, attached to this idea of thinking I had like made it, maybe, or I was like enlightened. Like I hadn't figured it all out, so like I'm done with this human part. So I think that was my ego, and that was a big question. I didn't understand, you know, if we are these amazing, magnificent beings, why do we have to be humans? And then I realized that it's our sole purpose to come to this earth, to have this beautiful human experience, to realize and experience the magnificence of ourselves in this form of human. Because what we are is God, consciousness, great spirit, oneness, source, whatever you want to call it, experiencing itself in this form, as this person, as this plant, as this tree, as this animal, as this fly, whatever. And so once I realized that it's my mission to experience this beautiful life as this vessel, it was like, wow, I get to figure out who I am and love me and love this body, this personality, this woman, this little girl, this everything, you know. Mm-hmm. So my eyes were open to a new way of seeing life.
That's beautiful. That's extraordinary.
It's a journey. And we're thankful that you guys are here to be here for the exploration of it all and share your love, and we hope that this video is inspiring and makes you smile.
Thank you. We love you, and go out and share your love with the world.
Like, comment, or share this video. That would be awesome. Subscribe to our page if you want to continue checking out our future videos. We hope you have a beautiful and blessed day, and remember your divinity in every moment.
Everyone.
Mm-hmm.